Begin!
Okay. Hello everybody, we are group 19 and we prepared a small presentation for you today. And here are our group members. I'm Jasur and I'm responsible for Zeus and opening and conclusion part.
Hi everybody, my name is Stephanie and I'm responsible for the part of video explanation. And I have played the role Persephone, yes.
Hello everyone, and I'm Jimmy and I'm going to do the story structures part and also doing some Q&A for you guys. And also I have been playing in the drama for a very great role, and his name is Hades. Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Ali and I'm responsible for voiceover and the story structure.
Hello everyone, I'm Gina and I'm starring Demeter in this play and I introduce the characters for you guys. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's get started. Okay, please go to the next page. Okay, so our topic is Demeter and Persephone. So these Demeter and Persephone are characters from Greek mythology. And before we go on with this, before we start, I want to walk you through our presentation process. Okay, next one. Okay, the content is, the first we'll talk about Greek mythology. What is Greek mythology? I'll try to give you some overview about Greek mythology, and after that, characters. We'll introduce characters to you, and after that, story structure, and we'll play a short video for you to watch and have some understanding about the story. And after that, we have QA session, which also we have some candies for you if you participate. And after that, we conclude. Okay, next page. So, concepts of Greek mythology. Okay, what is Greek mythology? Please go to next slide. Okay, what is Greek mythology? Greek mythology, in simple words, we can say a story or stories that are being told. And in ancient times, Greeks had many stories, and these kind of stories didn't necessarily have any proofs or didn't were realistic. You can say, when you look at in the stories, you could say that it's nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. But it was used to entertain people in ancient times. Next. Okay. Here is Greek myth. It attempts to explain the origin of the world and nature, and it tries to explain by means of telling stories about gods and goddesses, and telling stories about heroes and heroines, and other mythological creatures. Next one. Okay, so as we all know, there are 4 seasons, and our topic is related to seasons. So we'll see how people in ancient time thought about the 4 seasons, how it became 4. Like in the beginning, was it the 4 in the beginning, or did it become 4 afterwards? Okay, so okay, next characters.
Hello, I'm Gina and I'm going to introduce the characters. And there's only 4 characters, so the first one is Zoo. I think most of you might be familiar with Zoo. And Zoo. And he's the father of Persephone, and the king of the gods. And he's the older brother of Hades. Next, please. And next we have Demeter, the Greek goddess of agriculture, grain, and blood. And she is the mother of Persephone, and she caused famine to earth because she lost her daughter to Hades. Next, please. And next we have Persephone. And Persephone was the beautiful daughter of Zeus and Demeter. And she's the maiden goddess of spring and grain. And she's the unwilling wife of Hades, and she's the niece of Hades. Next, please. And the last one is Hades, the lord of underworld and god of the dead. He forced Persephone to be his bride, and he's the uncle of Persephone. Thank you. Next, we have Ellie.
Hi, I'm story and structure. Next, please. And the main story is Demeter and Zeus has a daughter called Persephone. And Demeter and Zeus, they are brother and sister. But Hades is Zeus' younger brother, and he loves Persephone. Next, please. And he wants Zeus to marry Persephone to him. So, next, please. But Hades got the secret of Zeus. But Zeus don't want to marry her daughter to Hades, but he had to do that. So when Persephone picked the flower with her friends, and he was caught by Hades. And after Demeter knew that, Demeter was very sad. And next, all the crops never grow up, and the flowers are withered, and there are no more vitality in the world. And next is Jimmy.
Okay, so because the Demeter was so sad and sorrows. So, okay, next please. Okay, so Zeus commanded that Hades should return her daughter, that Persephone, back to Demeter. But okay, next please. But I think that you know that Hades is not a good person because he's living there, and also they have some very mysterious thoughts. So he gave him some seeds. We will know what seeds later, but we just transferred into the sneakers now. And you must know that Hades gave Persephone something to eat, and that is the only condition that he let her to go back. Okay, so next please. So when that Persephone is back to Demeter's, and that they start to be very happy, and Demeter was not sad anymore. But I have said that Hades gave the Persephone something to eat, and that is something in condition. Okay, so next please. So the only conditions of returning is that what we are going to perform for you guys later. So we can move on to the video first. So we will watch the video, and the next speaker is Daphne. Thank you.
Now let's watch the video.
Demeter was the goddess in charge of the harvest, who caused all good things to grow. The wheat for bread, the flowers, the fruits and vegetables that fed all living things. Whenever Demeter came down from Mount Olympus to tend to her fields, she brought her young daughter, Persephone, along with her. Persephone was lovely and graceful and light as air. Wherever she danced, flowers sprung up at her feet, and birds followed in her path. She was happy and in harmony with all of nature.
as we can see, the mother, Demeter, she has the power of controlling the growth of crops and plants. And she can also make everything alive or dead. And Demeter's daughter called Persephone, and she likes the flower and birds very much. And the relationship between the mother and daughter is pretty close. And it's almost close to extreme that they cannot live without each other. Yes, let's see another part.
Well, almost all of nature. For deep down below the earth was a cold, gloomy world where living creatures did not belong. This was a world of shadows and death, ruled by the powerful Hades. Hades had all the servants and jewels a king could hope for, but the one thing he didn't have was a queen. It was time to do something about that. He'd heard of the beautiful Persephone. So, one fateful day when Persephone was picking flowers, as she often did, she strayed from her mother's side, which she usually didn't do. She wandered to the far end of the field because she'd spotted a particularly beautiful flower.
How lovely it is.
But just as she picked it, the ground began to tremble and shake and roar. Suddenly, the earth ripped open, and to her astonishment, out came a chariot pulled by 4 magnificent black horses driven by none other than Hades himself. Quickly, he swept up poor Persephone and carried her back down to his underground realm, leaving hardly a trace of what happened. Down in the underworld kingdom, Hades showered Persephone with sparkling jewels, robes, a crown, and her very own throne. But the cold, dark atmosphere depressed her. She became sad and silent, and no matter what was offered to her, she refused to eat.
Yes, this part is talking about the under earth exists another dark world, and that is Hades' kingdom. And Hades is Zeus' younger brother, and Hades loves Persephone very much, and they are uncle and niece. It sounds weird, but the weirdest point is that Hades goes to find Zeus. It doesn't mention in the video. And Hades goes to find Zeus to ask for the permission if he can kidnap Persephone, that is Zeus' daughter. And Zeus says yes. It's very ridiculous. So Hades makes the trap. The flower is the trap. And he kidnaps Persephone down in the Dark Kingdom. Yes. Next.
Meanwhile, back on Earth, Demeter frantically searched everywhere for her beloved daughter.
Persephone! Persephone!
As the days passed, Demeter's alarm turned to set, and she no longer felt the joyous urge to bring life into the world. Wherever she walked, the fields turned brown. Leaves fell from the trees. Ice covered the ground. And nothing grew. Now high up on Mount Olympus, the great Zeus, king of all the Greek gods, noticed what was happening down on Earth. He didn't like what he saw, and he had a bit of a temper.
Hermes!
Yes, Zeus. The swift Hermes was Zeus's official messenger, A kind of right-hand man who carried letters and reports back and forth between Mount Olympus and Earth.
Nothing is growing on Earth. I know Demeter misses her daughter, but we must maintain control.
There are rumors that your brother Hades may have kidnapped Persephone. And, well, let's just say that Demeter is none too happy.
What? This won't do. Things have to grow, people have to eat. Hermes, you're just going to have to pay a little visit to Hades and bring back Persephone. Right now!
Yes, and this part is talking about Zeus find Demeter. Demeter was so upset, and her heart is filled with sorrow and grief, and so she makes the earth, the crops and plants withered and causing the death. So Zeus finds out that something is wrong. He has to do something about it. So he decides to send a message to Hades that he have to return Persephone back to her mother, or the whole world will be collapsed. Yes. And the next part, the final part, we will present by our drama. Yes, let's see.
Because of we are going to play the drama. Okay. Because of Demeter, the whole world collapsed. Zeus could not bear his people are suffering, so Zeus sent a letter to Hades.
Well, let's see who sent a letter to me.
Hades! Hades! What have you done? You stole Persephone and made Demeter unhappy. And now, because of you, people are suffering. No single crops are growing on the earth. I command you, right now, let go Persephone. Let her go. Otherwise, I will come and destroy your kingdom.
How stupid is my brother? Well, let's see. Let her back. Easy. So easy. But I think that I still have one way to keep her.
After Hades read the letter, he knew he has to send Persephone back. He felt anxious, but soon after, he came out a way.
Let's see. Persephone, did you miss your mother?
Very much.
Very much. I think that you didn't get any happiness in here. And so that I think I must return you back. But the only condition is that you have to take these seeds, because you know that it's so far from here back to life. And you know that we have struggling for so many things. And though you don't like me, I still have to present some love to you. So take this and you can return to your mother. Wow, how innocent, girl.
After Persephone ate the seeds, she finally can get back to her mother Demeter. The whole world came back to life. crops, flowers are grows up. But one day, Persephone felt dizzy and sick. Demeter had no way, so she brought Persephone to Zeus.
Oh, I think it is because my brother Hades tricked her. He gave her sneakers to eat, and that sneakers made her ill, and she must go back to Hades and live there forever. But because I'm the king of all kings, I can make it easier. She can live for one season and come back to you another season.
Persephone,
Persephone, you should go back. My queen, my love. No regrets. Come and stay.
Persephone needs to come back to Hades 3 months every year. Once she comes back to Hades, the world collapsed because of the sorrow of Demeter. And when Persephone comes back to Demeter, the world alive again. Thank you. And next is Jimmy.
Okay, so after the drama that I think everyone know what's going to happen. So we left you some imagination words and we move on to the festival. And as we know that we have so many holidays and festival is according to the mythologies or the stories. So although there is a festival expand from the story, but this festival was very, very mysterious because I have found about 2 days that I didn't find any pictures about this festival. So let's see, what is it? Next, please. Okay, sorry, again. Okay, no. Yeah, okay. So this festival name, the most varied. This is the combination name from Demeter and Persephone, and also a word that in the Greek one. So okay, let's move on to the festival information. Next, please. So this is the picture that everyone they will sitting around in the ground. So but the people can attend this festival have some condition. First, they have to be the spouse of the Athenian citizens. The spouse means that married one. So you have to have the partner, and also you can't be unmarried. So that is a woman-only festival, and also you have to be married. Okay, so let's move on then. Every people in there, every woman in there have to get the sexual abstinence. That means that you can't have any sexual actions during the time. So they may have this self-control before the festival. Okay, so there are 3 days about the festival. It's on October 11, 12, and 13. And the first day is called the Annulus, and the Annulus is the way to the sacred space. The sacred means like the God place. Okay, and the second day there is the Fasten Day. Fasten Day means that they can't eat anything, but they only have to do. What they can eat is the pomegranate seeds. This is the maybe it's not so familiar in Taiwan. It is the 石榴. Yeah, and there is some red seeds inside. That's the only thing they can eat. And because that is also the thing that Hades led the Persephone to eat. So she had to come back every years. Okay. And the third day, there is the mixed feast in the evening. So they will have 2 days break. And they will have the very great gala event at the last day. So that is the whole festival, and it is very, very sacred, and also the man is not allowed to get in. And I have find some information that if guy want to get in the event, they will be killed. Okay? So let's move on. Next, please. So go back to Gina. We will know what's the connection and the relationship between all roles.
So this is a picture about their relationship. So Zeus and Demeter are married, and they have give birth to
Persephone.
Persephone. Sorry, I forgot it. So, and Zeus and Hades is brothers, and Hades love Persephone, but Persephone did not love him back. But Hades is the uncle of Persephone, so it's wrong that he's in love with Persephone.
Okay, so next we move on the Q&A times, and we prefer some seats for you guys. And the questions is very simple one, and I will give you some light. So if you just can raise your hand and give us some your voice, then you will get the seats to have the magic power. Okay, let's move on. The first one, what's the relation between Demeter and Persephone? Any volunteer?
Stephanie.
Remember, you'll never leave this classroom if you do this.
Where is the volunteer? Okay, we have two. So the first questions and the second questions. Okay. So what is the relation between Demeter and the Persephone?
Mother and daughter.
Mother and daughter. Yes, very good. Thank you. Okay. The second one we goes to what's your name?
Willie.
Oh, Willie. Okay. Yeah. So the second question is what Hades did to Demeter.
Let me think about it.
Think about that. Okay, Stephanie.
Hey.
Can you give us your voice? Letter? Okay, I have some clue because this is little bit more difficult. Okay, so Demeter is the mother of Persephone. So what the Hades did to Demeter? Any idea?
Come on.
Yeah, okay.
Ready?
He took away her daughter.
Yes, brilliant. Thank you. Give her applause. Yeah. So Hades took away the daughter of Demeter, the daughter named Persephone. Okay. The third one is how come the crops stopped to grow up? How come the crops stopped to grow up? Okay.
Because the seasons turn to winter, so the crops to grow.
Yes, that's good. And also, I want some more details. So anyone can tell me about the details. Why the season will get into winter? It used to be 4 seasons, all spring, and the crops is growing up each year.
Can I answer?
Okay. Sure. Okay. Anyone?
Friend.
Brand? Okay.
Because the matter is too upset.
Yes, because Demeter is too upset, so she didn't want to grow up any crops anymore. Okay, the last question is how come there are 4 seasons in a year? Wow, that may be
According to Greek mythology.
yeah. Okay.
Andrea.
I can. I can talk the stories again. Because Demeter was too upset, so she didn't want crops to grow up. But after Persephone came back, she started to be very happy. But a reason that Persephone can't stay all the year. So what's the reason? And this is why there are 4 seasons in a year. Okay, any volunteer? Maybe we can have more rewards. 拿眼睛为之。Okay, any volunteer? No, I almost said the answer.
Come on, guys. How many of you in this classroom? Not even one? Not even one person is willing to answer? Come on. Come on, guys. Feel free, it's democracy. Come on.
The story. Because Persephone have to doing work, so Demeter won't be happy every
Joe.
year, the whole year.
Joe.
Joe.
When the Persephone come and will be spring,
Yes.
and when she go, it will be winter.
Yes, because she had to went back to Hades each year of each 3 months a year. So when that 3 months, then we get the winter. Okay, so this is all the questions, and I hope you enjoyed today's presentation. And let's move on to the next topic, and the last one we have Jesu.
Okay, it's conclusion part. And our conclusion is, please go to the next slide. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, who thinks it does make sense? Please raise your hand. Raise your hand. No one. Okay, who thinks it doesn't make any sense? Raise your hands, please. Come on. Okay, one there. Raise it. Yes. Others. Come on. Raise your hands. Is it too hard? Come on, guys. Raise.
You can work on your shoulders, okay?
One,
workout.
2, 3, more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whoa.
You have to move your shoulders, or it will be locked.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, guys. And why it doesn't make any sense is because we human beings, have brain and we process things. When something happens, we try to find evidence and proofs behind it. For example, if someone tells you, I bought something from somewhere, you want to know the details. Oh, where did you buy it? And also, in this story, as I mentioned in the beginning, these stories doesn't necessarily have any proof or any kind of evidences. So, and these kind of stories are presented to entertain other people, and it's like Spider-Man, and you can think of this Spider-Man, Superman, and something else. It doesn't make any sense, but it's used to entertain people. And that's our presentation. It's over. Thank you very much, guys.
Wow.